They told us to wait. Wait to be taught. Wait to be chosen. Wait for the bell to ring. But what if you're not built for waiting? What if you learn faster or slower? If your body needs the morning to move or your brain needs silence to think. They didn't see what we saw. They didn't see us fail. Try again. Cry. Get back up. Again, they only saw the podium, the scholarship, the pass mark, the smile. They didn't see what it took, but we did. And we're not done. We weren't made to fit in rows. We weren't made to wait. We were born unstoppable.
Good evening and welcome everyone. I'm Cecilia Reinecke, the co-founder and executive head of school at Cambrilearn, and I'm really glad you've joined us tonight. You're probably here for one of three reasons. You're a parent who knows the current setup isn't working for your child. You're an education advisor or tutor center looking for a better solution for your students. Or you're a young person who simply wants more from your education. Whatever brought you here, tonight should give you some clear answers. Cambrilearn is an online school serving thousands of students across more than 100 countries, and our belief is simple. Every child is born unstoppable, and education should work around that, not the other way around. Tonight, we focus specifically on our South African CAPS curriculum for grade R through to grade 9. We're going to show you exactly what learning at Cambrilearn looks like: the platform, the people, and the results. You'll hear directly from one of our students and their parents about their experience at Cambrilearn, and you'll see our learning environment in action. I'm now going to hand over to Hugo, one of our education consultants, who will walk you through our learning pathways and show you what CAPS at Cambrilearn actually looks like in practice. Over to you, Hugo.
Thanks so much, Cecilia. Yes, at Cambrilearn, we know that no two learners are alike, so we offer multiple pathways to meet their various needs, their different learning styles, and their different future goals. Before we dive into tonight's focus, which is grade R to 9, CAPS, let me give you a quick overview of the 5 internationally recognized pathways that we offer. The International British. We offer this from early years through to A-levels, and this prepares students for the Cambridge International GCSEs and the advanced subsidiary and A-levels, the qualifications that are recognized globally in 160 countries. We also offer an alternative British exam board, the Pearson EdXL. It's an excellent alternative to Cambridge, also for the IGCSE and AS levels. It's a flexible, modular exam approach, and it has no practicals required for the A-level sciences. IEB, we offer the Independent Examination Board for the national curriculum in South Africa. This is a premium qualification for grade 10 and above, and it's known for its academic rigor and its strong university preparation. And then we offer the US curriculum, the American High School Diploma, starting at middle school. This is a very flexible, asynchronous only online pathway, and it leads to the American High School Diploma, which is recognized worldwide by all colleges and universities and accepted by all local universities in South Africa as well. And then our focus tonight, the South African CAPS or KBF. So the Curriculum and Assessment Policy Statement, CAPS, that's what it stands for. It's the South African National Curriculum, and it is the foundation of tonight's session. That's what we're here to talk about. At Cambrilearn, we offer CAPS from grade R right through to grade 12, giving our families a fully online, nationally recognized option that does not compromise on quality. So what does our CAPS at Cambrilearn look like for grades R to 9? We cover all 3 phases. Foundation phase, from grade R to 3. This is where the love of learning should begin, right? Our foundation phase teachers are specialists in early childhood education. They understand how young learners absorb and retain information. We follow the full CAPS curriculum across the home language, first additional language, mathematics, and life skills, with the teaching methods designed to keep young learners engaged, curious, confident, and to engender that love of learning, lifelong love of learning. Online learning at this level works hand in hand with parents or adult tutors. We provide the structure and the teaching. We'll show you exactly how that works on our platform in just a few minutes. For the intermediate phase, that's grades 4 to 6, learners then have opportunity to move into more independent learning. The curriculum also broadens. It introduces other subjects, so the academic demands do increase. Students are now able to engage with natural sciences, technology, the social studies, economic and management sciences, arts and culture, and life skills, alongside, of course, the core languages and mathematics. At this point, our teachers are subject specialists, passionate. They know how to make their subjects come alive in a virtual environment, keeping the learners engaged and building a genuine understanding and not just rote knowledge and recall. And then the senior phase, grades 7 to 9. The senior phase is a critical transition period because students are now beginning to establish their academic identity. This phase lays the groundwork for subject choices that have to be made by end of grade 9 for the FET phase, the grade 10 to 12 phase. So our senior phase teachers understand this pressure, and they are skilled at building both competence and confidence to allow you to choose the right subjects to finish your school with. We also work proactively with families during this phase to begin thinking about that pathway, therefore, whether it's for CAPS FET, or you might wish to transition into the IEB exam board for CAPS, or even into an alternate international exam curriculum, the British or American. It's all possible. And for our Afrikaans-speaking families, we do have KBF, the Afrikaans adaptation of CAPS. It's now available right through to grade 11, and we will have matric in Afrikaans from next year. This means students can study the national curriculum in either home language, from grade 1 right through to the senior grades. It's something many of our Afrikaans families have been asking for, and being proudly South African, born and bred, we're very happy to offer it. In terms of accreditation and recognition, our CAPS and KBF programs are registered with Sakai. That's the South African Comprehensive Assessment Institute. Cambrilearn is also recognized with the IEB, the Independent Examinations Board. We're globally accredited by Cognia as a virtual school and by Pearson EdXL as a partner British international school. And our American curriculum is NCAA approved and eligible. So for those sports students who wish to be eligible for university or college sports funding, our American high school diploma enables that. Okay, so how do we deliver all of this? Curriculum registration accreditation alone don't guarantee success. It's how we deliver it that makes all the difference. So at Cambrilearn, depending on which package you choose and which curriculum, students will have access to live lessons, teacher-led, and these are passionate, highly qualified expert teachers in each subject. There's a recorded lesson library accessible anytime, anywhere. There's one-on-one support via our direct teacher chat. This is reserved for our premium clients only. And there's a full support team for onboarding, technical help, academic support, and guidance throughout your journey with us. We're here to build both knowledge and belief in your children, because we're not just preparing your children for tests. We believe we're preparing them for life. Now, we are going to get to know a little bit more about how we work and about the people who make it work, both behind the scenes and in front of your screens. So from our amazing teachers to our exceptional support team, let me introduce you to the people who make it all happen. So, first of all, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Danica Klopper, our head of primary school at Cambrilearn.
Thank you, Hugo. I'm so excited to tell you more about our grade R to 9 CAPS program and how our teachers are truly unlocking potential one lesson at a time. Should we get started?
Let's get started. Thank you, Danica. I've got a question for you. And that's something that's often on CAPS parents' minds. Teaching the CAPS curriculum, the national curriculum, it sounds different when you do it online. So how do Cambrilearn's teachers make it work, especially for the younger learners, for example, in the foundation and intermediate phases?
Well, that's a really important question, and it's obviously one that we take very seriously. Our CAPS teachers are not just qualified educators, they are specifically experienced in teaching the South African national curriculum. And in fact, many of them have backgrounds in online environments and in both traditional classrooms, South African classrooms. So that combination matters enormously because they understand the curriculum deeply and they know how to translate it into an engaging and an effective online experience. What our teachers do basically is they condense the work for the week into a lesson that highlights the most important concepts and skills, from which the learner and then the parent or the tutor can then go and build on at home. So we make sure that all of our foundation phase teachers, remember foundation phase is grade R to 3, we make sure that these teachers have a genuine love for early childhood learning because that's really important, right? That our young learners get that warmth and patience and a structured but playful approach to their learning. Our teachers try their best to bring all of that to the virtual classroom.
Thanks very much, Danica. I should actually mention that grade R has been made compulsory recently. So something to bear in mind. And for parents of these grade R to 3 learners, so the very youngest learners, foundation phase in particular, there's often a concern about a young child being able to learn effectively online. How do our teachers handle the unique needs of these very young learners, Danica?
So this is something we've invested a lot of thought and experience into. Our foundation phase teachers use short, focused lesson segments rather than a long session because we know that young children have a short attention span, right? So we make sure that our lessons are interactive, they're visual, they're full of movement breaks, and there's lots of practical activities. The parents and tutors also play an important role at this level, so we need to work closely with the parents or the tutor, not as teachers, but they become the learning companion for the student. We give parents clear guidance on how to support their child through each lesson and activity, and our teachers are always available for questions via direct chat. It's a genuine partnership between the teacher, the parent, and the child.
Thanks, Danica. Absolutely. I mean, the one advantage of online is the ability to take brain breaks, right, whenever necessary, and physical breaks. And as you said, young kids really need to also be moving. So I think online allows that flexibility. But then as children move into the intermediate and senior phases, the curriculum does get more demanding. So, Danica, how do Cambrilearn's CAPS teachers prepare our students for the grade 4 to 9 phase, the more intermediate senior phase, where academic complexity increases, and eventually they've got to be prepared for the FET phase, the school finishing phase of grade 10 to 12?
Yes, so I mean that's a very good question because what really happens in the intermediate and senior phases, we see that our CAPS teachers start to shine as subject specialists. So they're there to really get into the maths or the EMS or whatever it is, and they can really help the students specifically on those topics. By grade 4 already, the learners are engaging with a broader range of subjects, and our teachers are experts in making those subjects meaningful and relevant, not just content to memorize. So what's particularly important in the senior phase is that we begin working with families on pathway planning because grade 9 is a really pivotal year, as you know. Our academic advisors work together with parents and students to help students identify their strengths and make informed decisions about grade 10 subject selection, whether they're continuing with CAPS FET, considering IAB, or even exploring a transition into another curriculum entirely. What we also like to do is to promote and encourage effective study skills, exam techniques, and self-management at this level, because from grade 7 to 9, these habits are really important, and it's going to carry them through to their matric years and beyond.
Thanks so much, Danica. One more question, and this one speaks to something we hear about from families all the time. When a child is learning online, how do the CAPS teachers at Cambrilearn maintain their personal connection? Because that's what makes the real difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we believe that excellent teaching is the most reliable way to protect each child's potential, and that relationship is at the heart of that. Our class sizes are manageable, which means that our CAPS teachers genuinely get to know the learner. They know who struggles with fractions, for example, maybe who lights up in life skills, or who needs a confidence boost after a tough assessment. So that knowledge shapes how they teach, how they give feedback, and how they support each child. They work closely with our academic support team to ensure we proactively reach out to parents as soon as concerns arise. And we also, as teachers, take the necessary steps to improve learning, whether that means adding additional sessions, so like extra live lessons, to help with extra practice of work, or adjusted pacing, or even targeted intervention. And just as important, they create an environment where learners feel respected, seen, and safe to participate. For many of our CAP students, this sense of safety and belonging is what truly helps them thrive.
Thank you so much, Danica. It's always inspiring to hear how deeply our teachers care about every student. Great teachers don't just deliver content, they unlock potential. And that's exactly what Cambrilearn is all about. Thank you. Before we move on to our other heroes behind the scenes, here's a quick hello from our CAPS grade R to 9 teachers, the extraordinary people helping us shape your child's future.
Hello everyone, my name is Chandra Wessels and I'm a Cambrilearn teacher. I've been in the online environment for 6 years now. I teach life orientation and life skills for grade 4s to grade 9s. My main purpose with life orientation will be to create an environment where a child can be free to be themselves and to know that they are supported by me.
Hi everyone, I'm teacher Erin McGregor. I teach mathematics to grade 6 and 7 and natural sciences from grade 6 to 9. I love helping learners break big concepts into simple, manageable steps so they can build real-world confidence and skills. My teaching motto, understand it, practice it, master it.
Hello, I am Kayla and I'm a foundation phase CAPS teacher here at Cambrilearn for almost more than 4 years now. As a foundation phase teacher, I believe in nurturing a love for learning through creativity, fun, and a strong foundation. Every child deserves a supportive and engaging environment to thrive and develop their full potential.
Hello everybody, my name is Marguerite Stain. My students know me as Teacher Margie. I teach visual art from grade 7 to 9, I really enjoy art. I'm quite a creative person in different ways. So I find visual arts not as a job, but more so as a fun way of just interacting and expressing myself and teaching the students to do the same. So visual arts is just an amazing subject. We learn a lot of theory and we also incorporate practical work, believe it or not, online. We do it. We've got various ways of doing it and we just love visual arts. We see a lot of awesome, talented works of art through our students and their portfolios. So yes, that's me.
Hallo allemaal, my naam is meneer Ludwig. I'm passionate about numbers and driven by innovation. I'm here to help you bridge the gap between theoretical logic and practical tech. Look forward to meeting you.
Hi, I'm teacher Danielle Dubois. I teach grade 4 and 5 mathematics and natural sciences, as well as grade 8 and 9 mathematics. I have a true passion for teaching and for nurturing a love and confidence for mathematics in all my learners.
Good evening, I'm teacher Matthew Mayer. I teach English home language from grade 4 to 9. I really am passionate about teaching with Cambrilearn. I've been teaching for over 6 years, but since joining this team, I really enjoy doing it online as it gives us space to be more interactive and personalized with education. I'm excited for everyone who's joined, and I hope to give the best lessons possible. Thank you.
Hello, I am teacher Michelle and I am the head teacher of our CAPS curriculum. My favorite subject is science because I believe science isn't just a subject in a heavy backpack. It's a way of looking at the world with your detective goggles, and everything starts with a question. In science, there are no dumb questions, only questions that haven't been tested yet. Whether it's why is the sky blue Or can an ant survive a fall from a skyscraper? Curiosity in science is your superpower. Thank you.
Hi, I'm teacher LaRochelle. I'm a foundation phase teacher at Cambrilearn for 4 years now. My purpose as a grade R to 3 teacher to turn tiny humans into confident little legends. I teach them to read big words, count big numbers, and handle even bigger feelings. Between phonics number bonds, tying shoelaces, and solving very serious she touched my pencil cases. I'm building strong foundations for school and for life. Basically, I grow brains, big hearts, and brave learners with a little glitter and a lot of giggles along the way.
Hello everyone, I'm teacher Tanya Giral and I am a social science teacher here at Cambrilearn for CAPS grade 4 to 9. I love making history and geography meaningful and engaging. I encourage curiosity, discussion, and strong thinking skills in every lesson. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ms. Naidu. I teach technology grade 7 to grade 9. My motto in teaching is to enhance a learner to be their individual self. You are unique beings. In technology, we're going to enforce critical thinking. We're going to build your confidence, and we definitely going to ensure that your creative mind becomes innovative in terms of our PAT design component process. Thank you.
Hello, I am teacher Vanessa and I am the Afrikaans first additional language teacher at Cambrilearn. In my class, we embrace Afrikaans with passion and I encourage my students to dream big and put in effort, ensuring that every step of our journey is filled with positivity and excitement.
So there's some of our teachers showcased. And while our teachers are the faces that our students see most often, there's a whole team working behind the scenes to make the Cambrilearn experience as smooth and as pleasurable as possible. From our customer support team and our academic support team to our student success consultants dedicated to your individual child's success and progress, they all work tirelessly to ensure you feel heard, you're seen and fully supported. They are the quiet heroes of Cambrilearn. So what makes us different is that we don't just enroll students and then disappear on you. We're here with you, checking in and adjusting learning plans, solving problems, celebrating wins. It's personal, it's responsive, and it's a support system engineered to last. So on that note, I'd like to introduce you to Janice, who heads up our customer support hero team. Hi, Janice. Thanks for being with us here tonight.
Hi, Hugo. Thanks. Very happy to be here.
So, Janice, what does the customer support team actually do? And why is it so important to all our families and students?
Hugo, our customer support team is quite often the first point of contact for families and students who will naturally have questions, sometimes concerns, or need assistance to resolve technical issues. Whether it's helping a parent or student log in and navigate the platform for the first time, or assisting a student in accessing their next class, our goal is to make sure the online learning experience is as smooth and stress-free as possible. So we aim to ensure that every family feels supported, understood, and confident throughout their journey with us.
Thanks. And Janice, what kind of issues or requests most frequently come up for your team from our families?
So we see a variety of queries, primarily in customer support around platform navigation, assessment submissions, also things like subject choices at the various levels where that's applicable, subject changes sometimes where necessary, and then questions about academic progress. So we have multiple teams in place to assist with all of those queries, a dedicated success consultant. Danika's already mentioned our academic support team, and then general support. So families want to ensure that they're on top of their child's learning journey, and we're here to guide them through all of those practical aspects wherever they might be having questions or issues. We also understand that transitioning to an online environment can feel overwhelming at first. It's a very different space. So our role is to offer assurance and help parents feel confident and supported from day one.
And how does your team approach these interactions with our families and students? What's your support philosophy?
Yeah, so across the customer support teams, I'd say we primarily lead with empathy. So we want to make sure that we understand the situation that you're facing. Responsiveness is also key. Our philosophy is simple, really. Every question is important, and every family deserves to feel supported on a personal level. We're not just reading from scripts or passing families around from department to department. And if we can't directly solve something immediately, we make sure that that family knows we're on it. We're getting the advice that we need from the correct places, and we follow up proactively to make sure their issues are resolved.
Thanks, Janice. On that note, by the way, I just want to encourage people to pop their questions in the Q&A chat box that you'll see at the bottom of your screens. Please, we encourage you to ask questions throughout tonight's event. So Janice, what's something that families are often surprised or impressed by?
I think given the online setting, families are they express gratitude for how personal and responsive we are. They don't expect to feel so connected to a school that exists largely in the digital space. I think that's unusual. We work hard to build those relationships, which is why we have success consultants and real people behind the screens, as you said earlier. Parents have often told us that they felt genuinely supported and heard, especially when facing difficult circumstances or decisions, which is sometimes the reasons why they've chosen homeschooling. That kind of feedback means the world to us, and that's what we work towards.
Thank you so much, Janice. And thank you for joining us and explaining your invaluable role. But speaking of community, let me hand over to one of your colleagues, to Dewald, who's going to tell us about the two incredible resources that make Cambrilearn feel less like a school and more like a family. Cambri Community. Over to you, Dewald.
Thanks, Hugo. So one of the things we hear most often from our new families is, how will my child connect with other students if they're learning online? And it's a fair question. And that's exactly why we created Cambri Community, a vibrant, supportive space where students can come together to connect beyond the classroom. Now, what exactly is Cambri Community? Cambri Community is our Cambrilearn exclusive online community platform where the Cambrilearn students over the age of 12 can connect with other Cambrilearn students from around the world, join with interest-based groups, whether it's photography, creative writing, sports, or even gaming. They can participate in in-platform live events and challenges, and ask questions and share advice, and definitely also, share and celebrate their wins together. It's a place where students realize that they're not alone in this journey. They make real friendships, find study buddies, collaborate with projects, and support each other through challenges. Now, it's important to note that Cambri Community isn't an add-on. It's part of the Cambrilearn experience, because we know belonging matters. On that, student safety is our top priority. On Cambrilearn Community, we maintain a safe and supportive environment. Through comprehensive 24-hour moderation, our Cambrilearn staff works alongside advanced AI technology to monitor all conversations and spaces, ensuring that students can connect and learn in a protected online community. Now, let's talk about the Cambrilearn Help Hub. The Help Hub is our in-platform hub designed to give you instant platform navigation guidance and key curricular details whenever you need it. It's packed with step-by-step text guides, such as how the invigilation process works, or how to update your profile, how to access tests on the Cambrilearn platform, and important curricular information, and much more. It also has video walkthroughs from how do I navigate the student dashboard and how do I download and submit assignments, to how to access and attend live lessons and how to track your process. The Help Hub is there for you at 3 a.m. when you can't remember how to change your billing date, or when you need a clarity on a policy that you might need a decision for. But here's the key. The Help Hub doesn't replace our human support team. It complements it. If you can't find what you need, there's always our live chat button that gives you instant answers to key technical and support questions. Between Cambria Community and the Help Hub, you'll never navigate this alone. You have a community cheering you on and a library of resources at your fingertips. Now, we're going to dive into the platform. In this video, you'll see exactly how it works and get a sneak peek at what our students experience every day.
How to access the student dashboard. Let's start with the basics, your student dashboard. Begin by logging in at cambrilearn.com using the username, your email, and password linked to your student profile. Once you're logged in, be sure that you're on the dashboard page. Here, you'll find 3 key things: your interactive student calendar, a list of your active courses, access to additional tools such as notes, bookmarks, and forums. How to view your courses and access learning material. On your dashboard, right below the interactive student calendar, you'll find your active subjects listed under My Courses. To the right, you'll see the option to toggle between curricula. If you've purchased subjects on multiple curricula, British International and CAPS for example, just use the drop-down arrow to access the alternative subjects on the different curricula. Next to each course name, you'll see a progress indicator. This updates automatically as you move through lessons. A live course average will also be displayed in this section as assessments are submitted and marked. To access the coursework for a particular course, click Start Learning if it's new, or Continue Learning for one you've already begun. Inside each course, you'll find the lesson list for that subject, laid out in an easy-to-follow week-by-week program. Before diving in, make sure you check the Introduction tab, particularly the Introduction document. This includes important information about the course, textbooks, assessment criteria, tips and suggestions. Also important are the course and term planner documents, which will guide you as to how to work through the course material and when assessments are due for submission. You'll also find the Program of Assessment, which confirms exactly which assessments must be submitted for marking per term in order for a report card to be issued. It is advised that you download and print these documents for easy reference going forward. When you're ready, start at week 1. In the first tab, each week you'll find a This Week document, which outlines what should be completed during that week. In this section, you'll also find links to recorded lessons related to the topics covered. To move on to the next page, click on the Next button at the bottom of the page. Please note, lesson content is only available online and cannot be downloaded. Only resources such as worksheets, planners, tests, and exams are downloadable. Work through each tab for each lesson daily, clicking through to the next page and being sure to cover all the content and prescribed textbook exercises per lesson per week. Answers for prescribed textbook questions will be provided within the lesson, week, or another tab on the lesson list for that subject. As you move through each lesson, you'll see small blue progress circles on the right of the lesson list. A full circle with a tick indicates a completed lesson. A half-filled circle indicates a lesson that is still in progress or incomplete. How to access the interactive calendar and join a live lesson. At the top of your student dashboard page, you will find your interactive student calendar. You can switch between day, week, or month view, with the week view being the most useful. Be sure to scroll down to view regular lesson scheduling times between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Click on any scheduled lesson to view the topic, scheduled time, and links to notes or attachments. If you plan to attend, toggle the attendance button. It'll turn green. Just before the lesson starts, the button will turn blue and say Join Now. If this does not update, please refresh the page. Click it to join the Zoom session. You don't need the Zoom link, but the Zoom app must be installed on your device for this functionality to work. If you've confirmed attendance, you'll receive an unedited recording by email, which you're able to access for 1 week. An edited version will be uploaded to the recorded lesson library within 2 weeks. Early years to primary stage 3, British International, and grade R to grade 3, CAPS and KRBF live lessons are fully interactive and therefore are not recorded. Extracurricular and Q&A sessions are also not recorded. On the right-hand side, you'll see your outstanding and upcoming tasks. This is a great planning tool, especially for CAPS and KRBF students, where the curriculum follows structured term dates annually. Above the calendar, you'll find the Progress Report button, where you're able to download a full breakdown of your progress across lessons and assessments. How to access and watch recorded lessons. Start by accessing the specific subject you're working with from your student dashboard. You'll find the Recorded Live Lessons tab at the top of the page. Recorded lessons can be searched for by topic, or if you scroll down, you'll see the most recently uploaded video listed first. Remember that relevant recorded lessons will also be found in the This Week section in the lesson list each week. Please note that all recorded lesson content is valid regardless of the upload date, as the topics covered are still current. How to track your progress. There are a few tools available to help you keep an eye on your overall progress. From your interactive student calendar, right-click the Progress Report button at the top to open a new window. From here, you can download a breakdown of current progress across lessons and assessments for each subject. On the right side of the interactive student calendar, you'll see outstanding and upcoming tasks listed. This is a useful planning tool, especially for CAPS, KRBV and IEB students following curricula with fixed term dates. Under My Courses, you'll see a circle with a percentage to the left of each course. This shows you the progress you have made so far for that subject. On the lesson lists, as you move through each lesson, you'll notice the small blue progress circles on the right of the lesson list will update. A full circle with a tick indicates a completed lesson, meaning each page was accessed. A half-filled circle indicates a lesson that is still in progress or incomplete. To attend a live Q&A session, go to the interactive student calendar on the student dashboard and access the session you'd like to join as you would for a live lesson. Indicate that you'd like to attend the session. At the scheduled session time, when the button updates to blue and says Join Now, click on it to access the session. How to speak directly with a teacher. To chat directly with a teacher, simply click the button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Select the teacher you'd like to talk to and send your message. How to contact customer support. If you ever need help, our customer support team is always available to guide you. Whether you have platform, course, or assignment queries, you can reach out to them via multiple channels. You can either click the menu tab in the top right corner of the page and select Contact Us to log a support request, or simply click the Owlbot icon in the bottom right corner of your dashboard. From there, you can start a live chat or send a message to our customer support team on WhatsApp. You can also email us at hello@cambrilearn.com. Our landline number is listed on our website for you as well. And that's it. You're now all set to start your journey confidently with Cambrilearn. Let's get learning.
So that's a glimpse into what life looks like inside the Cambrilearn platform. As you can see, the platform is purpose-built to support independent learning with structure. It's flexible, but not hands-off. If you have any questions about what you've seen, just pop it into the chat and we'll answer as many as we can during the Q&A in the next few minutes. I'll be handing over to Gavin, who's going to introduce you to some of the real voices that make Cambrilearn special.
Thanks, Theobald. At Cambrilearn, our story is really told through the stories of our students and their families. Tonight, we're excited to share one of those stories with you. I'd like to introduce you to Caleb and his mother, Samantha. Caleb is in grade 5, and he has been studying CAPS with Cambrilearn since January 2024. We'll be hearing from both of them tonight. First, from Caleb about his experience as a student, and then from Samantha on what the journey has looked like from a parent's perspective. Together, they give us a really authentic view of what CAPS life at Cambrilearn truly looks like. I would like to just say a huge welcome to Caleb, who joins us today. He is a grade 5 learner with Cambrilearn. And Caleb, we are so appreciative of you being here today. We are just going to go through a couple of questions with you, my boy, And yeah, just feel free to answer from your heart. All right, so Caleb, what made you switch to Cambrilearn, and how did you find the curriculum online compared to what you were used to?
I found Cambrilearn. I saw an ad of it once, so then I thought it would be pretty cool to try it out because I was on another system, homeschool system called Think Digital. So then I swapped to Cambrilearn and I learned the dashboard pretty much from like my teachers asking them questions and all that. And then that's how I got Cambrilearn.
Okay,
And
cool.
I
And did
joined.
you find it quite easy to work with our platform and to kind of navigate the things that you were exposed to that Cambrilearn offers you?
Yes, it was really easy.
Fantastic. And Caleb, tell me, what do you do with your time and your flexibility that Cambrilearn gives you?
I pretty much get through my work every day, do my tests, uh, spend time playing, like when I'm done school. Some breaks between like and fishing, also riding my bike, and all sorts of things.
That's awesome. It kind of sounds like you actually have time to be a kid, right?
Yes,
And that's really what schools should actually do for young people, is that it should promote a balance of the ability to work hard, but at the same time play hard. Would you agree?
yes, I do.
And do you believe that Cambrilearn gives you that?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's so cool. All right, man. If you could describe your Cambrilearn experience in 3 words, what do you think they would be?
Fun, happy, and education.
That's awesome. Those are 3 brilliant words, Caleb. Thank you so much. And what is your favorite part of being a Cambrilearn student?
If I don't understand like one topic, I can ask however many questions I want to my teachers, and I love exercise club every Tuesday.
That's brilliant. That's so
That's
cool.
about it.
Nice. And do you find that the communication that you have with your teachers is not just easy, but is informative, that you get a lot
Yes,
out of it?
yes, I do.
Okay, brilliant. Well, Caleb, thank you so much for your input. We really appreciate you as a student, and we thank you for your honesty. And yeah, we love having you here.
Thank you.
We've got some questions for Caleb's mom, Samantha, and I'm just going to ask Samantha to jump on besides her son there. How are you, Samantha?
Well, thank you. You?
I'm well, thank you. It's lovely to meet you.
You too.
So Samantha, what made your family decide to try Cambrilearn for the CAPS curriculum?
Well, as Caleb said, he was on another system that we didn't find as interactive and not as grand. So I actually asked around, and a lot of people recommended Cambrilearn. So we decided, right, that's it. We're going to switch him over. And from then, I mean, he's just been enjoying his schoolwork, you know. It's nice for him to
Yeah.
wake up in the morning and not be stressed to have to go to school every day.
And I think as a parent, that's pretty much what you could only hope for your children, is that they get excited about a Monday and they hate a Friday, right?
Yeah.
So that, they actually just want to be a part of their learning institution. And it sounds like he's very excited to kind of be a part of Cambrilearn every day. Samantha, for younger learners, especially parents, for younger learners especially, parents sometimes worry about screen time and engagement. What has the actual experience been like for your child day to day?
I wouldn't, yeah, screen time isn't too much of a thing. He doesn't have to sit in front of the screen the whole day. Thank goodness we have textbooks and things like that. So we just quickly check on his dashboard what he's got to do for the day and then do the work out of his books and whatever worksheets his teachers have provided him. And
Okay.
then I try and limit his gaming time, etc. But yeah,
It's a bit difficult, right? Like with
it is
young people
very.
today. Do you find though that with him being or doing the online schooling and having to, use technology to kind of navigate that, do you find that by the end of his school day, he would rather play outside or be on his bicycle and do those things away from technology, as opposed to running back towards it to go and do other things?
I think he's got a pretty balanced approach to both. Like he does when he's finished his, when he gets his breaks, he's outside playing and doing his outside thing. And then when it's okay, Caleb, come, we need to carry on, then he'll come and sit down and do what he has to do. And then at the end of the
Brilliant.
day, yeah, he's normally outside, and then within an hour or two, he's back in front of the computer.
Well, listen, a child's schedule is only as good as the parent that puts it together for them. So
Yes.
we thank you that you're doing such a great job on your side. Samantha, how has Cambrilearn's approach changed your child's relationship with school?
Oh, definitely for the better. Like I said, he enjoys getting up in the morning and doing the lessons with his teachers and getting to interact with his classmates, and exercise club he absolutely loves. So that's
Brilliant.
really awesome from Cambrilearn's side.
Yeah. And it's wonderful to see that, because within the almost stereotypical thinking, people seem to think that, when a child starts online schooling, they're very isolated. But it kind of sounds like that's definitely not the case for Caleb. It sounds like he's having far more interaction on within this platform and with the people that he engages with, day to day with his teachers and his classmates. It sounds like he is having quite the social um, experience,
Yes,
even
yeah.
on this platform.
Yeah, because they do get to chat in class with each other every now and then. The teachers give them sort of 5, 10 minutes and they get to know each other. And sometimes they exchange phone numbers so they can communicate via WhatsApp. And he's looking forward to joining Cambry Community when he turns 12 so that
Yes, I'm
he
sure.
can chat some more.
No, that's amazing. That is wonderful. And Samantha, lastly, what would you say to another parent who's considering Cambrilearn for a younger CAPS learner?
I would definitely just say go for it. I mean, you honestly have nothing to lose. It's a far less stressful environment. And I think as a parent, you get to actually see where your kid is struggling and you get to put a bit more effort into that. Whereas I think with teachers in a normal classroom, they don't really have the time to put that much energy into one single student, because they've got a classroom full of kids.
Yeah. Well, listen, we so appreciate you coming on to this chat and having this conversation with us, and we appreciate your honesty. And thank you so much for entrusting Caleb to Cambrilearn so that we
Okay.
can, obviously be a part or play a part and a role in his education. But thank you to you just for all the great work that you're doing as a parent. So keep it up, Mum. We
Oh,
we
thank
really
you.
appreciate you.
Oh, we appreciate Cambrilearn. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And this is just one of the thousands of stories that we're privileged to be a part of. Every family's journey is unique, and that's exactly the point. Now, let's open it up to your questions. Hugo is going to lead our live Q&A, and we've got our entire team standing by to answer. Over to you, Hugo.
Thanks so much, Gavin. All right, we've got a lot of questions coming in through thick and fast in the chat. Thank you so much for engaging. Let's dive right in and get to the answers you need. We'll tackle as many as we can tonight, but please don't worry if we don't get to your question tonight. Our team is on standby. You'll see a QR code at the end of this webinar, which you can scan with your phone in order to book a free one-on-one consultation. Okay, so one of the first questions we got, which I think is important, is about neurodiverse learning. So the question was, can we confirm if Cambrilearn can accommodate for a neurodiverse child? So over to you, Danica.
Thank you. Thank you, Hugo. Yes, we definitely can. As I said before, our classes are manageable. Our teachers get to know each of our students. And I think having that relationship with the parent via the support team, especially when parents fill us in and they let us know what to expect as teachers, we definitely can make accommodations. If we know that Johnny has anxiety and he won't usually ask a question, then we can definitely make sure that we call on Johnny if that makes him feel comfortable, for example. And then over and above that, we obviously, as I said, we've got our support consultants, our academic support team who does work closely with the parents and provide guidance if they need any. I believe we also have psychologists on call if that's necessary, educational psychologists. I think also one of the things that's really, really helpful for neurodivergent students is our platform. When you actually go through the content for each week, for example, so let's say we're talking about a grade 4 learner who's neurodivergent. When that grade 4 learner has to learn a specific topic, it's quite easy to use, it's structured, but the way that the concept is laid out for the student is very diverse. So there's many different, it basically appeals to many different learning styles. So if you didn't understand the concept by reading it, there's a video for you to watch and see it visually. If you didn't learn or understand it when you saw it visually, then there's a practical activity generally or a worksheet that goes along with that. So we ensure that the content is basically fit for many different learning styles. And I think that helps particularly for neurodivergent students. And lastly, just to end the answer off, the flexible approach of our program really helps for that. So if there is a learner who's falling behind, that's okay. They can take their time, move at their own pace. If there are certain parts of the curriculum that don't suit those learners' needs, those parts of the curriculum can be moved past and left for another time or just left out entirely. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you so much, Danica. Absolutely. I just want to add to reassure parents that we do also grant all the usual concessions or accommodations for assessment. So if your child might need a scribe, a reader, extra time, a typing concession, all of those are granted based upon an application process, right? So we do allow for that accommodation.
That's correct.
Thank you, Danica. We have a question here which I can answer myself. Does Cambrilearn make use of hybrid schooling options or learning centers, or is it purely online? We absolutely do. In fact, half our students are doing it online at home, and the other half of our families are actually at what we call affiliates. There are either schools that have modernized and have gone hybrid, meaning they've blended online in the classroom, or they're learning centers that are supporting schoolers that are doing this remotely but want a social environment. They want to be co-learning, be amongst peers that they can be socialized with and be supervised by professional third parties. And they can do this on a flexi-time basis, part-time or full-time. So they can do it partly at home and partly at these sites, or they can be doing it entirely off-site, away from home. Another good question, can I enroll throughout the year? I have the previous term's report card. I have good news for you. Yes, we do take enrollments throughout the year. In fact, on our international curricula, intakes are on a rolling basis. You can begin the academic year at any point in the year, but for our CAPS, which is what we're talking about tonight, we do require a termly report card in order to actually give you credit for that term and commence you on the remainder of the terms. And the benefit to you is not just on the time saving, but one thing that sets Cambrilearn apart is our termly pricing. So if you join us partway through the year and you've got a term 1 report card, for example, we will charge you only for the remainder of the terms for that academic year, term 2, 3, and 4. All you need is a valid report card. But if you want to understand more about that, at the end of tonight's session, we'll make available a consultation QR code, and you can get a personalized step through that process. We also don't know if your son has been moved from a different schooling environment, like if you've come from an IEB school and want to be transferred to our Sakai curriculum, which is more the government school curriculum, that is something that you may need a personal consultation for. There can be subject differences sometimes, like the literature can look different in terms of recommendations by the various exam boards. Yes, parents, it is the same national curriculum, but it is examined slightly differently. So again, we would recommend that you book a consultation about that transition from IEB to CAPS, or vice versa, from CAPS to IEB. I have a question here, which is quite technical. Does Cambrilearn use a child CMIS number from the Western Cape Department of Education or from another provincial Department of Education for accommodations like readers and scribes? So we don't need to actually take a CMIS number for you to be granted accommodations. But if you have prior records of concessions being granted by your traditional school, we're very happy to take that in hand and to help you, to save you money as well, so that you don't have to repeat the accommodations assessment. Please don't worry about that. But again, we do need to know what has been tested. Over to our client support team, though. Janice, I want to bring you in on this. In terms of accountability for the work that is done and the systems in place to check that the child has completed the work, has complied, and is on track. How can we help parents be responsible for that if they're doing it at the home or if they're at a tutor center? What systems does Cambrilearn have in place?
So we offer within each course, we have various documents that help you track where your child should be at any given time. There's an interactive student calendar that will also alert you whether you're ahead or behind of where you should be in your schedule. Beyond that, so just on that, there is some onus on the parents or the learning companion, as Danica mentioned earlier, to ensure that that student is on track. However, beyond that, we have our academic support team, which we've mentioned previously. They watch students very closely on the CAPS curriculum, particularly at the higher grades, but throughout, to make sure that no one is falling behind. If they're not reaching the kind of grades we'd like to see, or we see a pattern occurring where they're skipping assessments or not getting passing grades in assessments, those triggers alert the academic support team, and they proactively reach out to those guardians and say, we're seeing a pattern occurring here, and we need to make some sort of intervention. And they will then work with them to figure out what that intervention should be. So particularly in the CAPS curriculum, they are very proactive with making sure the kids stay on track, because it is driven by a specific schedule, right? We have to follow term by term schedule. So there's a very good support system in the background beyond what we provide for parents to follow on the actual platform itself.
Thanks very much. I appreciate your input there. We are running out of time. So if you can, please feel free to book that consultation we mentioned about. Fantastic questions are still coming through. Our team will follow up with anyone who didn't get answered tonight. But if your interest has been sparked and if you're ready to take the next step, now is the perfect time. So please, let's look at this QR code that's appearing on your screen. It serves several purposes. One is to book a free one-on-one consultation, as we've mentioned, with one of our specialist education consultants. They'll answer your specific questions. They'll step you through our CAPS program, discuss your pricing options, and help you determine if Cambrilearn is the right fit for your family and child. You can also download our CAPS curriculum guide for free. And we even have a simple quiz to find my curriculum. It's a tool that will enable you to see if the CAPS curriculum is right for your child or if you need to look at another curriculum track. Because we are an umbrella school, remember, we offer several options. Please follow us on social media to stay up to date with our latest news, special offers, and upcoming webinars. And that, as we say, is that. Thank you to everyone who joined us tonight for considering a different kind of future for your child. You know, when we started Cambrilearn, we had a simple belief that school should work for students and not the other way around. So we've spent many years proving that when you combine excellence in teaching, hyper-flexible learning pathways, genuine support in a caring and strong community, the students don't just succeed academically, they rediscover their love of learning. They gain self-confidence. They pursue their passions without compromise. They become who they were always meant to be. So, whether your child is in grade R and just beginning their journey, or is in grade 9 and standing at an important crossroads, we're here for you, parents. We've walked alongside thousands of families through this journey, and we'd be honored to walk alongside yours, because we truly believe that every child is born unstoppable. And we're committed to making sure nothing, not geography, not rigid scheduling, not one-size-fits-all education, stands in their way. Good night, and remember, the future belongs to the unstoppable.
They told us to wait. Wait to be taught. Wait to be chosen. Wait for the bell to ring. But what if you're not built for waiting? What if you learn faster or slower? If your body needs the morning to move or your brain needs silence to think. They didn't see what we saw. They didn't see us fail. Try again. Cry. Get back up. Again, they only saw the podium, the scholarship, the pass mark, the smile. They didn't see what it took, but we did. And we're not done. We weren't made to fit in rows. We weren't made to wait. We were born unstoppable.